Mm-hmm.
We're live. Woohoo! Everybody's happy.
Now we're off. Dang it.
Woo! Because for the first time in this 2025 season, the Vikings have back-to-back victories.
Yeah.
2 games in a row.
Those. And even though there's no chance of making the playoffs at all, it's always nice to go into Jerry World and beat the Cowboys.
We just have a chance to upset some of our biggest rivals.
Yeah, we can tick off. We can really work some havoc on this playoffs. And if they can finish, listen, if they go 9-8 to finish the season, which will be very difficult.
Record we had when we had Kirk Cousins.
Right? 9-8.
Really be mad?
9-8 would make me feel good because that's what I predicted for the year.
Mm-hmm. And like you have to think about like the drop off. There is no way that we would even get a top 5, top 10 draft pick. Like there are teams that are just that bad. And so like we're looking at like anywhere between like 11 and 13. So tanking would get us 11. We're currently sitting at 12.
And it's not the best draft. Like what the Vikings need, I don't think you're going to get it in the top end of the draft.
No. So let's go into every game. Play like you're making your younger self proud and make some upsets.
I love that younger self proud thing. It really worked. The Vikings had no reason to play hard in that game. They had none. They were eliminated earlier in the day. The Cowboys still had something to play for. There was no reason.
Yeah.
No reason for the Vikings to have any desire to play in that game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's part of the culture in that locker room that we don't quit.
Yeah, we don't quit. And there's no pressure.
Yeah.
No, and they played like it.
Yep.
Even people are mad at McCarthy laughing off the interception on the first pass of the game. I wasn't happy with it at first, but then you're thinking, like, I don't know what kind of laugh that was. Was that a "you got to be kidding me" laugh? Or
but if you look at the actual interception, what are the chances?
Yeah, it got batted
That's
around.
What I was looking at. It got batted back to him. He batted it down, and the other guy caught it off of the second bat. So, like, what are the chances?
I think it was more of a "you got to be kidding me" kind of laugh.
Yeah.
Not a "this is great" kind of laugh, like haha, who cares kind of laugh. I don't think that's what he was doing at all.
That's one of those interceptions that I think falls into the other category of it just should go against the team kind of thing, not against the quarterback specifically. Like it wasn't like it was a terribly thrown ball. It popped up in the air and landed in somebody's arms.
Yeah, and they happen.
And I think that should be like any time that it's like it's popped up or it's like tipped up in the air or something. There should be an other category for interceptions.
Yeah, I've said that too, Dan, and I don't think it's ever going to happen. I don't know how they would do it, but there should be something, like you said, a receiver's interception kind of thing where it goes or
it's like the ones where it's like the receiver catches it as he's falling down, someone comes and punches it up into the air and right into the hands of another defender.
Yeah.
But that's an interception against the quarterback.
Right. Well, maybe someday we'll get that stat.
Yeah.
All right. We've kind of prologued into this. So let's get Dan started with our 34 points on offense. Dan, what did you see from our offense in this game? Because I didn't see much when I looked at the numbers.
Yep. When you look purely at the numbers, we were talking earlier, you said it. Numbers say we shouldn't win this game. McCarthy was 15 for 24, 250 yards, 2 TDs and an interception, right? Team rushing, 28 carries on 77 yards.
Yep.
It's offense just didn't do much on our side. And then you look at them, they went 23 for 38, 285 yards.
That's the Cowboys. You don't need to go into their offense.
I'm being offensive. You're welcome. The team rushing was 29 carries, 138 yards. They averaged 4.8 yards a carry. We averaged 2.8. And our biggest receiver was as effective as their biggest receiver. 0. Except ours was on the field.
Oh, no.
CeeDee Lamb was not on the field.
He had 111 yards.
Two receptions.
CeeDee Lamb had 111 yards. 6 catches.
Oh, he did.
And Justin
What
Jefferson.
am I looking at then?
I don't know, but CeeDee Lamb had a big game.
Oh, I was looking at somebody else. Never mind. Not CeeDee Lamb.
He just didn't have any touchdowns.
Were you looking at Pickett? Were you looking at?
It's like offensively, our production wasn't there.
No,
like it was obviously, but
well,
not what you would expect 34 points out of.
I'm gonna push back a little bit. This was the third best offensive performance of any offense against the Cowboys defense. The third best. Like, they're behind Trevor Lawrence, and they're ahead of like Jalen Hurts, and like I think they're ahead of the Lions. And so while it might not necessarily be what you guys think there, it obviously, like, compared to everyone else, they're the third best performance against the Cowboys defense.
The one thing I'll say with that is last week and this week, we've seen kind of this different JJ that we haven't seen for the rest of the year. And I don't know if it was something that was said in the coaching
Toxic
and decisions, if it was people leaving the locker room and getting out, whatever it may be. But JJ McCarthy went from an average of like being the third worst quarterback in time to throw to being the third best this week at 2.7 seconds, well under 3 seconds.
Yep.
And I mean, milliseconds matter in football, but he was averaging almost 3.2 in his first 6 starts, and these last 2, he's averaging 2.7 seconds. And it's getting the ball out. It's what we've been saying all year is get out of the pocket, which he's scrambling a lot more. He's making more throws on the run. And he's getting the ball out of his hands faster. You get it out faster, less time for them to pick up on where your eyes are at, less time for them to drop and pick up your receivers where they're already into their routes. And then what I've loved to see this last game is that we saw depth to his throwing arm. As far as it wasn't just straight rockets coming out of his hands. It were these, I'm going to pop it in the basket. I'm just going to drop it in. Boop. And he did. And it's like, that's what I love to see out of him. Like, this is the progression from him, like, that will lead him and lead me into saying, yeah, he should start next year.
He's getting the tight end involved, which we haven't seen.
Yeah.
Last couple of weeks, tight end's been very heavily involved. Hawkinson was the second. He tied with Addison, I think, for yard. Or no, Oliver, I think, wasn't it? Was it Oliver this week that had like 60-some yards?
No, it was Hawk.
Hawkinson and Addison, 66 yards.
Yeah, it's Hawk. I don't know why I have Oliver down here, but I knew it was Hawk too. So he's looking for his tight end. He's going through his progressions for the most part. I still think he's trying to force the ball a little bit to JJ.
Well, he's his first read.
I'm sorry, the Jets.
Yeah.
He's still forcing it.
Well, and the frustrating thing with Justin Jefferson is not only is he with a rookie quarterback who just has issues, he's having his worst year. Like
balls that
he normally catches. Like getting, his separation, balls that are contested catches, and he's having his worst year.
And I just think he doesn't have a chemistry with this kid because he hasn't worked with him enough.
Yeah, because he was
from what I've heard, they are talking, and there's not like any animosity between the quarterback and the wideout. They are really working together. I almost feel like they need in the offseason rent a home somewhere and every day just play catch or run routes, do something, because there's just not a chemistry with him.
Yeah.
Cora, you're right. He's not catching the balls that we've seen him catch in the past, but is it because he just doesn't know how to read the spin off of a JJ throw yet? I don't know.
Q-Man, that trick play. Okay.
That was beautiful.
Let me just say that after the Cowboys did their trick play, I was thinking the worst. And then they score, and then we score, and whatever. And then we get that trick play, and I'm like, ooh, like they're still keeping it light. They're not panicking. They're still keeping it fancy. Yeah, that was flashy.
Yeah, but you know what the old man in me said? Get the ball in the end zone before you start to celebrate, kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
you celebrating on it too.
I know. That's what I was thinking to start. And then I was like, there's no one around him.
But
he fooled everyone.
I get it, but he was holding the ball in one hand.
Right, but there was no one around him.
Yeah, but if you could still drop a ball when you're holding it with one hand and nobody around you.
Learn from all of the embarrassing blooper highlight reels of linemen running into the end zone and holding the ball out and getting it knocked away.
Right.
Learn
after he got in, I was okay, but at first it was like, don't celebrate until you can celebrate.
Yep.
Fair.
And now one more thing on the offense, and I did look this up. Because again, we said the numbers say the Vikings had no reason to win this game. They had a lot of short fields in this game. They had a 53-yard touchdown drive, a 48-yard drive, a 51-yard drive. The last field goal only 26 yards. So it wasn't like they had a long way to go on most of their drives. Two touchdown drives are 70 plus.
We'll say it's also, we had 5 trips to the red zone. We scored on every single one of them.
Yep.
And 4 of them were touchdowns.
Yeah. So when they moved the ball, it was very, they moved the ball just enough, I guess, or on just enough drives, right? On enough possessions. The other possessions were bad, but then they had 6 possessions where they drove the ball and scored. Yep. So it's what you do on the good possessions.
It was really nice to see that we scored 4 out of 5 trips into the red zone. Like you absolutely love that as a coach.
That's not something we do.
Like scoring 4 out of 5 times. Like teams are happy if they score 50%.
And the Vikings would take 30% the way they did.
And so it's one where I think it's like that's where it matters, because once you get into the red zone, the entire game changes.
Yeah.
Like defenses change, offensive change. Like how many times have we seen the Vikings defense let a team get into the red zone and all they can come away with like 80% of the time is a field goal?
And as we transition to Cora's segment, we can talk about that part of the game, because again, I look at the numbers. It's like our defense, for lack of a better word, sucked on Sunday. And yet they didn't give up points. The last field goal was a meaningless field goal. Mm-hmm. For all intents and purposes. That didn't mean anything. So you're looking at a game where the defense gave up 23 points, which isn't bad in the NFL, especially against the Cowboys. Cora, what did you see on defense that, even though it looked bad, it was good enough?
A interesting little tidbit I had heard is that we are on a 5-game streak of not allowing a passing touchdown. And our corners are our weakest area.
Yeah.
So that I think is something to definitely highlight. I mean, that first touchdown was just purely like bum's luck, because you stop them the first time and then they do a trick play and special teams can't hold it. Special team doesn't read it. And then it's like, okay, you're like, what, 5 yards away from the goal line, whatever. So I feel like that needs to be called out. And then I just, there's not, I don't know, they just did enough. And
that's what it was. Yeah.
They held them, and they didn't allow very many legitimate big plays. And whatever big plays they allowed, it was snuffed. And the biggest plays happened in the beginning of the game, in all honesty. I was playing against CeeDee Lamb in my fantasy, and once it hit second half, I was like, there is not I didn't have to watch the points. So I feel like they just kind of had crap luck in the beginning and figuring them out. And then once they figured them out, man, they were doing awesome. And Blake Cashman, 11 tackles, 3 solos. I mean, there's not any crazy big numbers here.
No.
Gernard, unfortunately, I think he's going to be out this next game, but he had a sack. Van Ginkel and Hargrave, that was a beautiful sack. That combo, they're both awarded with half a one. Wilson's up there again. Metellus is up there. So that was nice to see that Josh Metellus is making his way up. Everyone has been kind of frustrated with him. But Rogers is at 6 tackles, Smith is at 6 tackles, Turner's at 6 tackles. They're all really close to each other. So I wouldn't necessarily say this was a dominant performance, but at the same time, you have to look at the fact that the Cowboys offense right now is one of the hottest in the NFL.
Right.
And they held them to, they scored 40 points on the Lions. 40 points.
Yeah.
They held them to 26. So while I don't necessarily, if you look at it in the context of just this game, it didn't look like an impressive performance. But if you look at it in the context of how good that offense is, that was a really impressive performance.
Yeah, they had a short field, and like you said, the special teams really cost them the 7 points.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like while it might not look like they, deserve their flowers, but the Cowboys have, everyone was saying that this was just going to straight be a shootout, and this was going to be a game that was won or lost in the quarterbacks. And honestly, it was won or lost in the defense, because the Vikings kept holding them. And even if you would have made those 2 kicks, we still would have been up by a point at the end of the game. So obviously things can change. Maybe they would have gone for it and blah, 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 blah. But it came down to the defenses, and the Vikings defense outlasted one of the best offenses in the NFL. And I think that is the biggest little song I'm going to sing for that defense, is that they
and
did
you know
really
what?
well.
You know what helps that a lot? Not being on the field so long.
Yeah.
Something that's been a regular topic on our show for the whole
season.
Complimentary football.
You get to come off the field and catch your breath.
Yeah.
For more than 3 plays.
More than 1 and an interception.
Yeah.
Early on, we get Ryan Wright, who again, he has been much maligned in his entire Vikings career. I don't know why, honestly. I think he's done a great job. He pins the Cowboys deep. And I'm thinking, here we go. Watch the defense let them get out to the 40-yard line or something, or let them drive and get points. And they got him on the 3 and out.
Yeah.
And that flips the game immediately.
Yeah.
The Vikings get to short field. They go down. They score. That's big. So they played defense when they had to. And it was, like we said, just enough. No turnovers yet again.
Yeah, almost. Smith
Yeah.
almost got one.
Yeah, Hitman almost had one. He dropped an interception. And there were a couple of almosts, but they played just enough that the 4th and 7 when they give up 6 yards and Wilson just shut the play down. We've seen them blow tackles on a play like that where it becomes a first down. No way. It wasn't even close. It was funny that they were even going to consider giving the Cowboys the first down. It's like he didn't even get near that. He was a yard short.
They were probably talking about how far can we get this thing?
Yeah.
So
I guess on both sides of the ball, they did just enough.
Mm-hmm.
It was a just enough game. Maybe our special teams should get more credit for their role in this one.
They fought. I mean, it might have been just enough, but man, they were. It felt like it was a better game. The defense felt like they played better than the stats say when we were watching.
Well, Dallas had a couple of long fields. We had 2 punts inside the 20. So that gave them a couple of long fields that they would have had to pick up here. Although they only got 8 yards on the first one. So
yeah, I don't know. This was a fun game to watch. It was a fun game. I feel like all 3 levels did a good job of doing just enough.
Just enough. It was a just enough win. And we'll take it.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of, let's go with our stars of the game. Cora, you get to go first as always. Who's your first star of the game?
Can I pick JJ?
You can pick whoever you want.
I'm going to pick JJ.
I mean, he's on my list.
So I know that we usually don't pick quarterbacks, and he didn't really have I think maybe we had picked Kirk and Sam in the past because they had lights out games. I felt like this was his best game.
He accounted for 3 touchdowns. That's pretty good.
And I feel like not only I mean, he made plays, right? He got first downs. He, read the receivers, read the defense. And so I just feel like
he put the ball where it needed to be.
Yep. The only throw that irked me that I just was like, what are you doing? Is when he threw it to Justin Jefferson in the end zone and Justin Jefferson missed it. Naylor was wide open. Naylor was wide open right in front of him. Like nobody around him. And he threw the ball to Justin Jefferson. And I'm like, I mean, it makes sense. I get it.
He was also open too, though.
No, he had someone on him.
No, but where he
threw it, he threw it to where he was open. But Naylor had no one around him.
When I say open, meaning the defender was a step and a half away.
Right, but the defender could have still made a play on the receiver.
No.
The defender was near the receiver. The defender could have touched the receiver. Naylor had no one around him.
Naylor was
He was
open.
By himself in the middle of the end zone.
Naylor
and he should have thrown it to Naylor.
Jets
should have caught it. And he was open, but Naylor had nobody around.
There was more open.
And it was.
We don't know what McCarthy saw either. Like you need a camera in McCarthy's helmet to see what he saw.
Right. And so it just was frustrating that in front of you, just throw the ball straight. There's someone wide open.
Here's what I'm gonna say is that what happened is
he wanted to push the ball to Justin Jefferson.
He wants to push it to Jets. Jets is the number 1 read. He drops back, sees he's open, throws it, which is what we want. We want him to get rid of the ball, and he was open. As open as Naylor, no. But in the progression of the throw is he never made it past Jets.
And I think that's part of the reason why there's no animosity between Justin Jefferson and JJ. Because it's not like JJ's not throwing him the ball. And it's not like he's consistently throwing him uncatchable passes. He is throwing him catchable passes, and it's JJ not catching them, or JJ not jumping to get it, or giving up on the play. So, I think that's a little bit of the reason why there's not more animosity between the two of them, because, they're both making mistakes. And if they're going to be mad at one for like a bad pass, then the other one can be mad at the other. And they're mature enough, humble enough, and good enough leaders where they're like, my bad, man, my bad. And it's just like,
Yeah, and I'm not seeing animosity. I'm seeing frustration out of Jets, but not animosity.
Yeah.
Because he wants to contribute. He wants the ball. Like any number one receiver. But he's really professional about it, and I appreciate that. All right. Yep. Dan, who's your star of the game?
I was actually gonna pick JJ.
Yeah, but you can't, so pick another one. This is why you have a backup ready, Dan.
Yeah, Hawkinson again.
Yeah, Hawk's a good one.
He caught a ball that went through a defender's arm.
Yeah.
That was just dropped in a basket perfectly for him. And he caught a freaking rocket over the middle that he had to stretch up for. And if he misses it, it's intercepted because the defender was right there behind him. And however he did it, however he found it, whatever he did, his hands figured out how to squeeze around the ball and catch it.
There was one play. What was it like? He dove for it, and like everyone was like,
over the middle.
Oh, that was one over the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't think he caught it. We're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That was insane. Good pick.
I had a couple of guys. Actually, this is probably the most I've had to choose from all season.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Of good performances, but I'm going to go to old reliable, number 55. Eric Wilson, 7 tackles, 4 solo, 1 quarterback pressure, and a big 4th down. You ain't getting the last yard here, Pally, to put the game away.
He's the nostalgia re-sign that was worth it.
Yeah, he just went out, another solid game. You can't really say enough about what he's done for the team in a rough year, but it's not his fault.
No. I mean, he's been awesome.
So I'm going to go with Eric Wilson. He's setting a good standard. Our linebackers have been pretty good this year between him and Cashman. So that's my pick.
It's a good pick. I like it.
X Factor time. This was a tough week for the X Factors.
Yeah.
Not like we haven't had these before. Let's start with Dan's pick. Jordan Mason was his pick this week. 10 carries, 29 yards, nothing to write home about. But at least they didn't give up on the run.
Right.
I'll give them that. It wasn't effective, but they didn't just give up on it.
Yep.
10 carries from a guy who wasn't doing anything all day. At least they tried it. So I don't think Dan's a winner this week. Now, Cora, you took Murph.
I did.
He had 4 tackles, 3 solos. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. I went around the other side of the ball. I took Isaiah.
You did.
He had 6 tackles and 4 solos. So it's not like a runaway someone's got to win this week.
I mean, it is, though, because there's a clear winner.
Jordan Mason.
Yeah, Jordan Mason's 29 yards. They were the key.
Yeah. I mean, I think you win this.
Yeah.
Isaiah had a pretty good game. I mean, no turnovers, but he had a pretty good game.
Mm-hmm.
But the guys we picked, honestly, not our best X Factor picks of.
No, which I was disappointed with.
The bad part is I have to go first this week, and I don't even know if I want to go first this week.
I mean, yeah, I think
I'll go first because I don't think either of you are picking my pick.
Jordan Mason.
All right. I will let you go first, but if you go with my first pick, you can't have it.
Okay.
Because it's my pick. But I will defer to you to go first as the last place guy.
Woo!
If you take the guy I was going to take, I get him. So go ahead.
I don't think you're going to take this guy.
All right. Well, go ahead.
I'm going to go with Jets.
I
He needs
had
to
him
have
on my list. I'm not gonna lie, he's on my list.
So I'm going with Jets because they're closer than they ever have been all season to clicking and getting it figured out. More balls are finding his catch zone, and they're very close to figuring it out and having it click.
Do we set a rule for what he has to do to be the X factor this week, though?
Oh, more
No,
130 plus.
no.
Cora
We do
says
not set a
no.
rule because Justin Jefferson has not hit. He has been our worst wide receiver. So if he has a game where he is our second or highest wide receiver, but it's a meh game, that is a star. That is a star of the week because they have not been.
All right, we'll let you have it, Dan.
Yes.
So, okay.
Nope.
We'll give it to you.
So
that wasn't who I was going to pick, but he was up there.
Q-Man, I agree. I think this is the team that we expected them to be at the beginning of the season.
At least the last couple of games. But
yes,
I temper my excitement because it was the Commanders in Dallas who has a really bad defense. But
like, imagine if we had played these three teams towards the beginning of our season, and how much confidence that would have given JJ.
Unfortunately, you got to play
like some of those harder, some of those losses that were close losses, and are actually these that are turned into wins, and then the rest of them once we've figured out the kinks.
Like I said, I'm still tempering it, and even this week I'm tempering because it's the Giants. They better beat the Giants. You know, this is not like, oh, they beat the Giants. Well, now we're rolling. It's kind of like this is a game where they should win. They better win because the next two are going to be tough ones because those are teams that are actually playoff contenders.
I don't think I said this out loud to you. JJ had a perfect passer rating to everyone but Justin Jefferson in this last game. A perfect passer rating.
That makes sense.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes good sense though too.
So like, not only do I think that they're making improvement, they are like doing like they're I think this was a significant win. It is against the Cowboys defense. They're not very good, but it was still a significant win. Perfect passer rating to everyone but JJ. And JJ should have caught some of those.
Yeah.
And this is the third best offensive performance any team has put up against the Cowboys defense, which is also saying something.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I'll make my pick now. If I win this week, I clinch the season. So it's a big one. Well, where did we just play? Well, we didn't technically. We played near this city last week. So I'm going to take the near this city guy with the name. And I'm taking Dallas Turner this week.
Okay, I like it.
He has just steadily gotten better and better.
Yep.
I think this is the kind of a game where Dallas Turner could really show up.
And I think he has
solid numbers on.
I think he has better games when Grenard's not in.
Yeah. So, and that's a good point. With Grenard out, I think he's going to have to step up. So, I'm taking Mr. Turner this week. I could possibly see this guy getting multiple sacks this week.
I like it. That's
my pick. Cora, you're up.
Well, man, I hate to pick another defensive player or another offensive player.
So special teams.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I'm going for
Miles
Price.
Or you're going to take Miles Price?
Yeah.
We didn't make you do this.
We're going to go with Price.
This is on you.
Because I feel like he's gotten a lot of close. And if he doesn't have a fumble, man.
Or a penalty.
Well, he doesn't cause the penalties.
No, I'm saying, but like if there isn't a penalty,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because how many he's had a couple big ones brought back because of penalties.
Yep.
But he does fumble every now and then. That's the thing
I
worry
was
about.
gonna say Thrill. The Mr. Thrill.
That's what I thought you were gonna go.
But he's at that level now where it has to be an insane performance. And I feel like the offense isn't gonna allow him to kick very many long field goals. You know what I mean? It's not going to be his leg that wins or loses us the game.
We had a couple drives, a couple times where we're in field goal range and we went for it on 4th down. A long field goal range, but we were in Will's range.
So, but I just feel like he would have to have. It's kind of like when we talk about Cashman. You know,
Yeah.
Like he has to have a really good game for him to be X Factor. Will would have to have like 50 plus field goals, or at least one.
And then go like 5 for 5 or something.
And I just don't feel like the Vikings offense is going to put him in that situation.
You don't want to kick in that stadium.
Yeah.
That place is a pain to kick in.
Yeah.
I don't care how good you are. To kick in Giant Stadium is a nightmare. The winds are swirling constantly in that place. Young Hui Koo is a pretty good kicker, and they just cut him.
Wasn't he the one who kicked the ground?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, he did. He did kick the ground. But this is what happens to Giants kickers. They go there and they just fall apart.
That's right.
It's a rough place to kick. So I'm hoping we don't see a lot of Will, because I don't want to see his confidence shaken, because he's been really good.
Yeah.
He hasn't. To me, he technically has no misses this year because
he doesn't have any misses this year.
He had 2 wires.
Yeah.
Kicks that shouldn't have happened. So, but we didn't pick him. We took Miles Price. So each phase of the game has been chosen in this.
Yes. Game. This is the first time we've done that.
Yeah, we've not. No, we haven't. I don't think we have.
I feel like,
we may have.
Will.
I feel like
he picks Will enough that there have been enough times that you and I probably split offense.
I used to take Will a lot.
That's fair.
And I'm not one to pick kickers, but I like him a lot. I like what he does. I guess it's time. Holy crow.
Yeah.
We can Valhalla back already?
We
get to go back.
We're kicking it.
We're cruising. It's always fun when we win, and we will have time for a question if I get through this fast enough, which I will. All right. We are going back to a game. Wait, I pulled up the wrong game. Hold on. It's a December game. December 27, 1997. Giants Vikings at Giants Stadium.
1997.
The Giants opened the scoring with a Brad Dalwiso 43-yard field goal. It was set up on a bad handoff exchange from Randall Cunningham to Robert Smith. Giants fell on the ball, set up the field goal. Later in the first, Brad Dalwiso again, a 22-yarder. This time it was set up when Randall Cunningham couldn't handle a snap from center with 6:21 left in the first quarter. So the Giant Vikings already have 2 turnovers, but they're already only down 6-0. It would get worse. Danny Canal to Aaron Pierce from 2 yards out. Giants go up 13-0 in the second. A big play on this drive. Canal hit David Patton for 37 yards to the 2-yard line to set up the short touchdown pass. It goes to 16-0. Brad Dalwiso, 41-yard field goal. Cunningham attended pass for CC, picked off and returned 36 yards by Jason Sehorn. Vikings are down 16-0. It's looking grim for the boys in purple. Eddie Murray puts the Vikings on the board, a 26-yard field goal just after the 2-minute warning. That was set up when Amani Toomer fumbled a Mitch Berger punt. Dwayne Butler falls on the ball in the Giants' 27. So the Vikings trying to get back in this one. But Dalwiso, right before the half, his 4th field goal. This was a 51-yarder. They go 19-3 into the locker room. The kick was fading to the right, kissed the inside of the upright, and went over the crossbar. 19-3 Giants at the half. Vikings get their first touchdown. Leroy Horde from 3 yards out, or from 4 yards out, cutting lead to 19-10. This happened. Jerry Ball fell on a Tiki Barber fumble forced by Tony Williams on the Giants' 5-yard line. So short field, 19-10. Eddie Murray brings the Vikings a little closer 15 seconds into the fourth with a 26-yard field goal, 19-13. Big play. Cunningham was stripped on a scramble. He ran 11 yards, got stripped. Ball bounced one hop into Leroy Hoard's hands. He gets 6 more yards. So that could have been a disaster. Vikings hold on to the ball. Down 6. Del Wiso gets those points back, though, with a 22-yard field goal, 22-13. This was almost a disaster for the Giants. The snap was high and inside the holder, Brad Maynard's head. He reached up over his head, pulled it down, brought it back, and got it down just in time for the field goal. Dang. Vikings are down 9.
Imagine that happening.
There are less than 4 minutes to play. It's 4th and 7. The Vikings, down 9 with the ball, choose to punt with less than 4 minutes to go. They're down by 9. The Giants, though, they go 3 and out, and their punt only goes 26 yards. So the Vikings take over on the Giants 49 with 2:06 to play. Then Randall Cunningham eludes the pressure, steps up, and finds Jake Reed for a 30-yard touchdown pass in the back of the end zone. Vikings cut the lead to 22-20 with 1.5 minutes to play. Quick score.
Let's go.
Time for an onside kick. This is the old onside kick, not where you had to declare it and nobody got anything. Chris Callaway fumbles the onside kick for the Giants. And Vikings special team standout Chris Walsh falls on it.
Beautiful.
The Vikings drive down, and they get to a 24-yard Eddie Murray field goal to go up 23-22 with 4 seconds to play. On the drive, Cunningham hit Carter for 21 yards. There was a 13-yard pass interference penalty on Giants quarterback Philippi Sparks, whose daughter is Jordan Sparks.
Jordan Sparks?
Yes. Jordan Sparks'
Nice.
daughter. And Robert Smith had a 16-yard run right before the field goal. The Giants got one more play, but Danny Canal's pass got thrown up and knocked down and complete. The Vikings in an improbable win at Giants Stadium, 23-22.
Nice.
Some stats. Randall Cunningham, not a good day for Mr. Cunningham. 15 for 36, 203 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Jake Reed, 5 for 89 and a touchdown as a receiver. Chris Carter, 6 catches, 86 yards. Did not run the ball well. Robert Smith, 16 carries, 40 yards. And Randall Cunningham, 7 carries for 38 yards. Defense, Jason Fisk had a sack. Jerry Ball and Dwayne Butler each with a fumble recovery. Here's a weird fact I found when I was going through this game. The Vikings had 4 guys on defense that day who played, all named Dwayne, with 3 of them spelled differently.
What?
Dwayne Washington, spelled Dewayne. Dwayne Rudd, Dwayne. And Dwayne Butler and Dwayne Clemens, Duane.
Was Dwayne The Rock Johnson there to watch?
No, he may have been, though, but I don't know if The Rock was there. The big defensive players, Robert Griffith, 12 tackles, 9 solo. Dwayne Washington, 8 tackles, all solos. And they only allowed 76 yards on 36 carries in the day. 3 reasons I picked this game. The first was the improbability of the win. It was crazy. And I remember that game. And I remembered it from being there or from watching it. That's why I looked it up. That was the first and only Vikings playoff win over the Giants. The Vikings are 1-3 against the Giants in the playoffs right now. And it was Denny Green's first playoff win as a Minnesota head coach after going 0 for his first 4.
Let's go, Denny Green.
I don't talk about Denny Green. I thought Denny Green was overrated. I don't think he did a very good job. I think he was handed a lot of talent and did nothing with it. But that's me. That's what I think about Denny Green.
Wow. Them are fighting words.
Yeah, I think he cost the Vikings the 1998 trip to the Super Bowl.
Your true colors are coming out.
I didn't like him. I don't think he did enough.
His true colors are still purple, Ben.
He is who I thought he was.
Yeah.
But
Dan has no idea of Denny Green.
I don't. I have 0 idea.
Be glad you don't know of Denny Green. Just be glad.
Yeah, that was the Aikman and Smith era.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, let's not. Let's talk about good things. Let's talk about last week. Only one of us picked the Vikings to win. Cora.
What? Me?
Cora was all over it.
I picked them.
She said the boys are going to win 2 in a row.
Yeah. Oh,
Someone had to do it.
a little victory lap on that one.
Yeah, she was all over it.
I gotta get my predictions. I gotta get my guesses right somehow.
Right?
I can't freaking get a X Factor, but I'll just get the predictions right.
I was proud of you. Now, what about this week?
I think they're gonna win. We're gonna go 26 to 17.
26. I can't wait to see how we get there.
So I think there might be a safety.
Look at you going with safeties. Yeah, I love it. Our defensive girl goes with a safety. Yeah.
Shocker. Dallas Turner, maybe.
Maybe Dallas Turner.
No,
Could be you.
we don't want that because that would seal the season for
It's
him.
okay. It's, you know.
I still think I have a chance.
Investors, maybe you. Dan, what do you got for a score?
I'm going 27-21.
I assume you're taking the Vikings.
Yes, Vikings.
I am doing something I haven't done in several weeks.
You're picking them to win?
Yeah.
3 in a row?
I have to pick them to win the
I
Giants.
changed my prediction.
No,
Now we're
there's
going to lose.
like, but like in this, there's no pressure.
I have to pick them to beat the Giants. The
Yeah.
Giants are just
Yeah.
like reeling.
They're
fired
just
their head
playing-
coach.
They're just
They
playing
do
for
not
fun.
look good.
They fired their head coach. Cam Scadabo's out for the season. He was like one of the bright spots on the team. Dart's pretty mobile, but he's still a little green. And I think if we get a little
Pretty
pressure
hot
on
and
him,
cold.
yeah, I think if they get pressure on him, they could do some damage, maybe get a turnover, something we haven't seen a lot of this year. So I'm taking the Vikings 31-20.
Oh.
Wow. I like
I
it.
may be crazy because I never pick them to score points, but they put 34 up against the Cowboys, and
Yeah.
The Giants' defense is not any better.
No.
Yep.
So I think if they can control the ball, and I don't know what kind of weather they're going to get in Giants Stadium, that could play a factor into it. But
I was just gonna look at it, but I'm like, I don't have that on my phone.
31-20 is what I'm going with.
I like it.
We got time for questions.
Yeah, we do. All right, let's have you go first.
Okay. So, what is something that you miss about Christmas time from when you were a kid?
Sneaking out to look at the presents under the tree.
Yeah.
My parents had an elaborate setup, right? We had closets all down the hallway, and they were tight. So they would open every closet door from our room out to the tree. And the ability to navigate the closet doors without making them squeak, to see what was under the tree, and getting back to your room before they knew you had done so
Nice.
was a major feat.
Yeah.
And I got pretty good at it as a kid. So it definitely sneaking out to see what was under the tree.
That's awesome.
I like
Yeah.
that. Mine is when my mom would bring home the Christmas cookie exchange platters. We don't do that. We don't have enough friends or we don't have friends that invite us to Christmas cookie exchanges. I miss that the most.
I did that at work a couple of years. It was fun because I don't really bake, but I did okay with those.
Yeah.
I missed that. That's a good one. I like that. What do you got, Dan?
So we used to always, as a family, everybody would open presents, we'd eat, and then all the kids and everybody would play with their new toys and stuff and go and do that stuff. But then for pretty much the evening and then the remainder of the night, is my grandparents had this massive table that would seat like 22 people around it. And so all of us, like, and they had this massive wine collection. And so they'd bring out bottles of wine, and all the kids would drink the sparkling cider, apple juice stuff. And all the parents would drink wine, and we'd sit around and play cards as one big family. And we'd chat and play with our toys while we're waiting for our turn and
I like
hang
that.
out.
That's a
And
nice memory.
It is a nice
Yeah,
memory.
I like that. We had our
There's
uncle
one-
was like that.
there's one where it's like I was seated up against the wall in the middle of the table, and I had to use the restroom. Well, the only way to get out is to go under the table. Yeah.
That's how my uncle had a small house, but everybody went there on Christmas Eve, and it was just like you couldn't walk into his living room, but we didn't care. It was just filled with people, and you couldn't move, and it was great, and we love that too. Cora, what's your memory?
My memory was a Christmas cookies.
Christmas cookies.
The cookie exchange.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I meant to ask what your question was, not what your
What's
memory
your
was.
question?
Oh, I don't know. I was
What do you
gonna
mean?
ask what. Well, I got on one, but now I want to ask the food one because I'm on like a Christmas cookie kick because I just had the kids pick out some Christmas cookies. But what is your Christmas Eve food tradition?
Oh, I got one. And it's from when I was a kid. We don't really do it anymore. Our new one is crab legs.
Ooh, I like it.
But when we were kids, my mom would make a prime rib because my dad loved prime rib. They're still around. So mom would make a huge prime rib, and it would be like with double baked potatoes, twice baked potato, like green bean, like a massive feast. But the prime rib was the star. And as we got older, I added in crab legs. I got king crab. And especially when I worked for the grocery store, that they had a seafood stand set up for the holidays. So I would get a discount on top of it. And then the guys working the stand were like, here, take these because they're broken legs and they're cheaper than buying the whole ones. And you're going to buy them anyway. So it was prime rib that kind of went into a surf and turf for Christmas Eve.
Nice.
I like it.
Now we do the crab legs, just the crab legs, because there's only 3 of us and it's no big deal.
I like it.
Well, ours is the same.
No, I'm going to do our past one.
Oh, you're going to do the past
Yeah.
one? I'm going to do the current one?
Yeah.
So our current tradition that we've done 2 years in a row, this will be the 3rd year now, is every Christmas Eve, we smoke a brisket. I smoke a brisket. I get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and wheel the smoker out, and I'll get it running, pull out the brisket, throw it on, and that's our Christmas Eve tradition. Oyster stew.
Oh, see, we do that on Christmas Day.
Oyster stew?
So no. That was my dad's recipe.
Oh, okay.
So we do soups on Christmas Day. Like that's our family tradition. My mom makes wild rice soup that's like just dairy load cheese and it's delicious. And then we do chili, and then my dad used to do oyster stew, and then my sister-in-law, her kids were picky, so they did chicken noodle. After my dad passed, nobody wanted to eat the oyster stew anymore, so we let that go. And so now it's just wild rice soup and chili and chicken noodle. But for our Christmas Eve, it used to be, because we were trying to figure out the best tradition to do. So it used to be that we would make Swedish meatballs.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
And then we'd eat that on Christmas Eve. And then we were like, let's not do that. So now we smoke a brisket.
Well, then we started getting a brisket every year with our half cow.
Well, and you wanted to cook something. It started with Dan's mom visiting. And he's like, what if we do a brisket? And it was actually like not super cold that year.
Yeah,
either.
It wasn't super cold. It wasn't too bad to smoke it.
So that's when it started, was with Dan's mom.
It was just Oh,
It sounds delicious.
it was my first time smoking a brisket, and it turned out absolutely beautiful.
I will say, I think last year's brisket was more tender, but the flavor of the first year was
The
perfect.
fat was better rendered on the first year. It was, yeah.
It sounds amazing.
It's
I love a
really
good
great.
brisket.
It's really great.
Nice.
All right, John.
turn. Favorite Christmas cookie? What is it? What's your favorite Christmas cookie?
Oh. So this is a generic one. So I have a generic one that I Snickerdoodle. It's always good cookie. Otherwise, specifically around Christmas time, is with my mom and grandma would make these all the time. Mexican wedding cakes.
Ooh, now that sounds different.
It's a ball of dough, like basically basic cookie dough
With
with
nuts.
like walnuts, like
Yeah.
chopped walnuts in it.
And
Okay.
drenched in powdered
And
sugar.
then you bake it, and when it comes out and it's still like scorchingly hot, you roll it around in powdered sugar.
I think I've had these. They may not have been called that, but I've had that cookie.
They're super crumbly
Yeah.
And they like
and
melt in your
super
mouth.
buttery.
And yeah.
Yeah, they're very
I've had that cookie. It's a good cookie.
Yeah.
Very nice. Cora, what's your favorite Christmas cookie?
So I'm gonna say two things. My general
I like
cookie
how
is the
he says, "What's
maraschino
your
one.
favorite cookie?" And we're both
Oh,
listening to.
We can't do that. So the kids and I are looking for cookies to make these next few weeks. And I came across a recipe. This isn't necessarily a cookie, but it just is nostalgic. Not necessarily that it's my favorite cookie, but it's super nostalgic. It's those green reeds, white chocolate reeds, where you get, I think it's like white chocolate and green food coloring and like Special K cereal or something like that.
Yep. I know
And then
exactly what you're talking about.
Those red little cinnamon dots on there. Those are just like super nostalgic for me.
I think it's a cornflake, actually.
Cornflake. Yes, I think you're right. But the thing that I loved, and this is like not really a cookie, it's more of like a bark almost. But my mom used to make these peanut bark cookies where it was like you melt almond bark, butterscotch, and milk chocolate down, and you add peanuts into it and you stir it around, and then you just put it on like a cookie sheet and you let it harden, and then that's your cookie. Oh my God, they're so good. They're so good. See, and the problem is that Lila can't have dairy.
I know.
So all of these cookies that like I love and are super nostalgic, we can't make.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's not like we can be like, hey, Lila.
We have to find an alternative recipe as well.
So it's not like we can be like, hey, Lila, you can't have this cookie, but everyone else is eating it. Because then,
Poor Lila. Yeah, that's not right. Yeah. She doesn't get it.
Or it's like, this cookie with butter in it is so amazing. But with the almond butter, it's meh.
It's not as good.
Yep.
It's Michael Scott in The Office when Meredith has a dairy allergy.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, if I couldn't eat ice cream, I'd kill myself. I like a gingerbread cookie.
We're going to make some of those.
Give me a crispy gingerbread man cookie, and I'm happy. It's as Christmas as I can get. And it's hard to find them where they're made just right.
Yeah.
We have a bakery by us. We need to go there and get them. But like we've had them from the grocery store, and it's like, I don't even want to eat that.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
I need something baked properly, not in bulk.
Yeah.
Where people actually put care into what they're making. And I love gingerbread. Now, I make something, since we're all talking about a secondary item. And I made them, and I don't know if you saw the picture because I posted it this week.
I think so.
Right? It's a peanut butter cookie base. Then you put 2 cups of marshmallows on top, and you put it back in the oven for about 2 minutes. So the marshmallows get nice and puffy. While it cools, you take, I changed the recipe on my mom a little bit. Chocolate chips, and peanut butter chips, melt them down with Caro syrup and margarine. It's got to be margarine, not butter. So then you melt it all and blend it till it's smooth. Then you throw in 2 cups of Rice Krispies and 2 cups of chopped peanuts.
Yum.
Take that whole thing, top it off, put it in the fridge, and then let it set and then cut them.
I like it.
We call them Cocoa Bombs because we didn't know what to call them.
I like that. That sounds really good.
I
That does
changed
sound
it.
really good.
I've made it with Cocoa Krispies, but it's too sweet then. You got to cut that sweet down. So now I just use Rice Krispies, and I go with a thinner layer on top because they used to be really thick. And I said, that's good, but it's way too sweet. Now it's a thinner, the layers are thinner, and so far everybody really likes them. And I make those.
I like it. I like it. Wow.
We're just
Right at an hour, and we each did a question.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're efficient. We are efficient as the Vikings offense was on Sunday.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, we are.
Now, if anybody who's still with us, and we have a couple people left, we'll be doing Tuesdays for the next 2 weeks because of the holidays.
Mhm.
Because I'm not doing a show on Christmas Eve, and I'm definitely not doing it on New Year's Eve.
No.
So we'll be here Tuesday, 9:15, the next 2 weeks. We thank everybody who's gotten this far with us, and let's write out the last 3 games. Let's see what we can do. Write us out. Take us out, Terry's.
School.
School. School. School.